good evening, everyone. We are live tonight. We have a show tonight. Deneen and Roger couldn't make it tonight, but guess what? We have Carl C. Man Anderson in the house with us. What's going on, brother?
Good evening, brother. How you feeling, man?
Oh man, everything is everything, man. Welcome again.
But yeah, this man, thank you for the invite, man.
Oh man, not a problem at all. But before we introduce our guest tonight, man, I got a few things I want to say to the folks. We just went over 800,000 followers, man. So our goal is to have 1 million before we go on our Legends cruise in August of 2027. Yeah, we're gonna cruise out of Baltimore. We're gonna go to Bermuda.
Wow.
We're gonna spend 2 nights and 3 days in Bermuda. Then we're gonna come back out of Baltimore, everybody. And also, I have to see, man, I've got to say thank you to our sponsors, Mr. and Mrs. J.T. Jones, the owner of J.J. Realty Investment Group, LLC, Mr. Carl Henson.
Yes, Mr. C.
Yes, sir. The president and CEO of Image Power Incorporated, and Mr. Ivy Stokes, the co-founder of My Econ. Thank everybody. Thank our sponsors. But you know what, man? We have a show tonight, man. We got a legendary entertainer out of D.C., man. What you think?
Man, I'm telling you, I hope Naples is ready for this ride, man.
It's going to be off the chain, huh?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you performed with this brother a few times, didn't you?
Yeah, man. I started with them in 2007 and been a faithful, non-working on the roster member. But, once you're in the family, you're in the family. So I'm still part of the TF Funk family, baby.
Hey, well, that's what I'm talking about. But you know what? Let's not even delay the process, man. You ready to bring this brother on?
Yes, sir.
Coming to the stage is Mr. Trouble Funk himself, Big Tony. Big Tony.
The champ is here. What's going on, man? What's up, Mama?
What's up, brother?
Oh, man, everything's everything.
Man, welcome to the show, man. It's an honor to have you on the show tonight, brother.
Man, it's a great pleasure to be here, man.
Man, I appreciate that. But let me tell you what we do first. On the Legend Show, we travel back and come forward, okay?
Okay.
So, tell everybody where you were born and raised, brother.
I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. All of my musical background is Southeast. Yeah. I grew up, I picked up my first guitar when I was 11 years old.
Tony, stop right there. Can I give the people a taste of what you did in Japan? Is that okay?
Sure.
Let's give them a little taste of what you did.
Now it's time for the devastating, funkiest bass player in the world, Big Tony. Are y'all ready for some funky bass in your face? Are y'all ready for Big Tony? Hey Tony, you ready for this Tokyo groove? Check it out. 9 for 1, 10 for 10. Hit me one time, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Brother, man, what? Bro, let me tell you, man, Larry Graham, Boosie Collins don't have a thing on you. Who taught you how to play the bass like that, bro?
Man, well, it's funny you mentioned Larry Graham, man, because Larry Graham is that was like my musical mentor, man, you know, for funk, you know what I'm saying, for bass, you know what I'm saying? Larry Graham and Stanley Clark, man, played a very big part in my influence, bass influence. Those two guys right there, they helped me gel my own style, you know what I'm saying? Man, that was some pretty fancy bass work, if I do say so myself. Look, I was 28 years old.
Wow.
28. Yeah.
That was amazing. Now, is there anybody while growing up in the neighborhood that you looked up to that influenced you to become an entertainer?
Well, nobody growing up in the hood. Nobody. I was one that they looked up to, but there were some influences locally. I think locally, as far as go-go concerned, of course, Chuck Brown was my biggest influence. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as go-go, Chuck Brown was my musical mentor. You know, okay. I remember the first time I met Chuck Brown, I was 17 years old, and I had talked to him on back then they had phone booths. And we was playing at the club. We was rehearsing at the Club The Burn in Palmer Park. And Chuck had called down there for Chet Hawkins, which was the guy that owned the spot at the time. And I was there and I answered the phone booth. And Chuck said, "Who is this?" I said, "It's Tony." He said, "Take that bass off your voice, boy." So, long story short, Chuck and I, we became the best of friends, man. You know, up until the day he passed. I did his last show with him, as a matter of fact.
Wow. How did that go, man? You had Chuck and you had Trouble, the two mega go-go bands. I know you guys used to go at it with each other, right?
Well, kind of, sort of. Yeah, it was kind of. Well, we used to open up for Chuck Brown. So let me give you just a little bit of history on this.
Yeah.
So when we first started out, it was Trouble Band and Show. Trouble Band and Show was the top 40 R&B cabaret band. Trouble Band and Show been in existence since 75. I didn't get with them until 77. So in 77, that when I got with them, we changed the name to Trouble Funk because me and Dyke, we bought the funk.
Right. Okay.
But that's not how the name came about.
Okay.
The name came about because we had got this Ragley B3. It didn't. The front of it didn't have any board. You could see the wires. The wires was exposed. And we went to the hardware store and got a board and some paint and some glitter and a magic marker. And we had wrote on it some Elmer's glue. And we wrote on there Trouble, real big, Will, very small, Funk, real big, You. So the sign said Trouble, Will, Funk, You. But all they saw was Trouble and Funk because the Will and the U was very small.
Okay.
And that's how the name stuck.
Wow. Well, before I give it a C-Man, okay, the song that really got me familiar with Trouble Funk was Drop the Bomb. What was the first recording that you made that put Trouble on the put them out there?
TROUBLE flat boogie. Yes, sir. I say what now? I was 19 years old when I recorded that song.
Wow, man. Wow. And that came before Drop the Bomb, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Yep. That came before Drop the Bomb. But Drop the Bomb was just one of those, it was just one of those magical songs, man. And it's crazy how that song came about, because I was actually late for a show. And the band had started playing without me. And when I walked in the door and Dyke was playing this, and the crowd was going, drop the bomb, and he hit it again. So I was hooking my guitar, and I said, oh, I got to get in on this. So when I went to the mic, I said, you want to drop the what? You want to drop the who? What you want to do? And then we just went back. So they really played an instrumental part in helping us create that song.
Wow, that's amazing, man. Go ahead, Carl. What you got for the brother?
Well, look, Tony, it's great to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, man. Your voice got a little deeper since the last time we talked, man. You know, your voice sounded deeper than mine now. What you doing over there? What you doing over there, Big C?
Nah, messing around. Got a little voicemail over the weekend, man. But I'm good.
Oh, okay. You talking? I thought you was taking them vocal steroids or something, man. You know? Oh, man, that's Chuck Brown. Take that bass out your voice, boy.
No, Tony. So, for everybody out there, man, a lot of folks, like myself, I was growing up and saw you guys on TV with Curtis Blow and other folks, man. But the reality is that Trouble Funk, I think, is one of those bands that has always been, I wouldn't say overlooked, but they don't realize the influence that Trouble Funk has had on music in general, not just a particular genre, you know. And go-go is not the only. What I'm saying is Trouble Funk has definitely the level of influence it has on the music industry, even up to this day. Could you give some of the folks the history about the sampling and what Trouble is still to this day still relevant and still cultivating investing in the music industry?
Well, man, I'm glad you brought that up, man, because you're right. It's true. A lot of people don't recognize the part that we played that was so instrumental in go-go and music in general. Like a lot of people don't understand because they try so hard to downplay history. I don't know why they do that, man, but I think it's got something to do with the fact that we're just so original, and instead of them trying to match it or keep up with it, it's easier to act like it don't exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Trouble Funk is we're okay. Let's establish this. I give Chuck Brown all the credit in the world for planting that seed. You know what I'm saying? There's no doubt about it, no discussion. He's the godfather. He's the reason why I do this. But Trouble Funk undoubtedly took it to the next level. So if I had to sum it all up and say, okay, Chuck Brown is the foundation, then Trouble Funk has to be the blueprint.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell you why I say that. Because when Chuck was doing this, and this came from Chuck's mouth to my ears, when Chuck was doing this, he told me, that go-go, there was no such thing as go-go music. He took a beat. And stripped the music off. As a matter of fact, Mr. Magic. And he stripped that music off, and he added percussion to that beat, and he played that beat in between top 40s. And his reason for doing that was so the people, he won't lose the people. Because if he played a good song and then he stopped and went into another song, it was hard to get the people back up on the floor. This is Chuck Brown words, okay? And the other thing was, Go-go consists of, before the beat came along, go-go was just an atmosphere. It was a place to be. Hey man, where you going tonight? I'm going to the go-go to see Chuck Brown and Soul Searchers. That was a place to be. It was an atmosphere. Now, fast forward. After, and by the way, Bustin' Loose was not a go-go. It was not a go-go record. It was a R&B funk record with go-go ingredients.
Gotcha.
Trouble Funk recorded the very first live original go-go album ever released. The very first. It's called Straight Up Funk Go-Go Style, a double album. So that's the first part of history people don't acknowledge. We're the first one to record a live album, all originals. Double album, almost 2 hours of music, all original music. Trouble Funk is the first go-go group to take go-go international. We're the first group to perform in the UK. A lot of people don't understand that. Trouble Funk is the most sampled go-go band, probably one of the most sampled bands in history, period. Definitely the most sampled band in hip-hop history.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I got receipts for all this. Anybody want to challenge me? Come on and test me. So these are the things, on a serious note, these are the things, man, that I think has been downplayed because people want to change the narrative and make it more of a fashion statement instead of a history lesson. It's all about who's hot at that time now. You know what I'm saying? And again, the younger generations that's coming up, you know what I'm saying, unless their parents, you know, school them that came up with that era, they know very little about the history of who did what. So all they can go on is the popularity of what they heard. You know, you got people out here, man, that consider themselves your youngins. I got kids older than them, and they consider themselves go-goologists and stuff like that. How can you be a go-goologist and know all this about go-go if you wasn't there? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? Something that makes you go, you know? Yeah.
Well, my
so yeah, man. So hey, that's you want? We don't mix up the pot, baby. Let's get it in. Let's put it on the line. Let's break the internet.
No, I mean for sure. And I know even with my time, my early days with Trouble Funk, we would have conversations on the phone, Tony. You would tell me,
absolutely.
Share the history, and it really enlightened me because I was somewhat, like, I wouldn't say naive, but just unaware of the amount of music, and realizing, just like you would help me recognize some stuff that I didn't realize that it was us, you know. But you was like, Carl, no, they've sampled us. They've sampled. We've been sampled here. We've been sampled there. You know what I mean? Even on a international, we're not even talking about national, but international, just the influence that music still has today. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Boy George Michael, Beastie Boys, Public Enemy, Guy, Teddy Riley, Dr. Dre, NWA, I mean, I could go on and on and on, man. Everybody and their mama didn't sample us.
So how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel, bro? I mean, go ahead. It's
a good feeling. It's a good feeling, man. It would be a better feeling if I got paid by everybody that sampled me, but a lot of them stuck through the cracks. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll be the first to admit, man, that, you know, we were youngins, man. We were young teenagers doing what we love to do, man. So we didn't know the business back then as well as we know the business now. You know what I'm saying? So as a result of that, man, you know, we got kind of screwed up a little bit, you know. But God is good, man, because hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm still here, and that gives us a chance to get it right.
Yes, sir.
And that's what we're doing, you know? Yeah, we're getting it right.
See, man, what you got something else for him?
Yeah. So look, you know, for me, I'm like, I have the best of both worlds because I've not only been on stage, but I've seen, you know, I've been part of seeing things from, you know, from off stage. But one thing,
absolutely.
Question I want to ask Tony is that, you know, approaching 50 years now, you know, the sound and the machine, what are some of the things that you would share with younger musicians that you guys didn't know, you know, 50 years ago or 20 or 30 years ago, but what are some of the things that you would just plant, some of the seeds you would plant in younger musicians today?
Learn the business. Learn how the business, if you're going to do this for real, learn the business. The music is cool, but you got to learn the business, man, because guess what? If you don't, they're going to make you a slave to your own creation. Learn the business. Learn the business. And the other advice I would give them is to be original. Be original, man. You can't make no money playing. You can't make no real money playing somebody else's stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of musicians going around tripping, ego tripping, playing somebody else's music. And I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking the hustle.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get no residuals off that. You know what I'm saying? While we talking right now, I'm making money. My stuff is selling somewhere on digital download streaming.
Swear.
As we speak, somebody is playing my music on the radio. Somebody's playing one of my videos. Somebody's playing, you know what I'm saying, a commercial or something. Our music done been in so many different movies.
Yeah.
They closed out Snowfall with Don't Touch That Stereo.
Wow.
Yeah. I never saw that check, but yeah, we're still working on it.
No.
So man, yeah, that would be my advice. Learn the business and be original.
Yeah. So you got anything else, Tony? I mean, C-Man?
No, man, no. Because I mean, you know, Tony and I, that's my brother. So, you know, we can sit here and talk all day, but you know.
Oh man, Ted.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I don't mean to cut you off, Ahmad. But here's the thing, DC. You know, you may want to ask some questions that you know, but a lot of times the audience don't know. You know what I'm saying? So feel free to ask me anything, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I ain't gonna pull no punches.
No. But so the one question I want to ask you is that you spoke about it with the new generation or the younger generation that's in the go-go scene, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. As how long do you think the fans are going to accept that?
Well, locally, I don't give me how long do you think the fans do? I think the fans is going to accept bands playing other cover tunes and stuff.
Yeah, the lack of originality, because that's what's been killing the game for a minute now.
Well, here's the thing. I think that's something that has become a part. It's become a part of the norm here in DC with go-go. Truth be told, that's where it all started with Chuck Brown. When Trouble Funk came in, we played all the originals, and that changed the game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That made EU, Rare Essence, Junkyard, all these guys they had to up the game and start being more original.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the line, now, I mean, again, Rare Essence and EU and all the old school guys, we got classic original stuff. It still ain't got more than Trouble Funk, but they got classic originals. But somewhere after that big four, and like I said, you know, much respect to Northeast Groovers because they got some hits too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not enough originality. You know, you get a hit here, a hit there. Shout out to my man, Scooby. Scooby is doing what he do, man. Love that brother, man. He's another guy like a little brother to me. You know what I'm saying? Scooby, man, much love and much respect for not just Trouble Funk, but just the guys that came before him. You know what I'm saying? I sit down and I talk with him as well, man, and he'll tell you in a minute that he's a product of all of us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have much love and respect for Scooby, man. But again, the way I see this thing, I don't think the covers are going anywhere because it's just too easy for them to do this. A lot of them are comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to embrace the challenge of trying to be original, of stepping out of that box. And I think that's something that really hurt go-go on a national level. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of they see what a lot of us don't see. You got a lot of major entertainers like Jill Scott and Kurt Franklin and what's my other brother's name? Todd Tribbett. They see what's going on, and they actually have the formula as of what it takes to give that go-go that national appeal. See, here's the thing about go-go. Anybody would tell you that to experience go-go, the true essence of go-go, you have to do it live.
Always.
It's hard to capture. It's hard to capture that. It's not impossible because we've done it, but it's hard to capture the full experience of go-go on a recorder. It's very hard to capture that. Here's the other thing. Raw go-go, the way people really experience it, with a real go-go band. Because here's the thing. If your first impression of go-go is with one of them little bands that, you know, you don't know a lot about go-go, it could turn you off.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So the thing about authentic go-go and just the overall movement, it's hard to fit in the format of what's going on with radio today. Yeah. That's been one of the, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to fit that format. And this is why you have to be clever about it and associate it with those, you know, a lot of people call it watered down. You know, you got to put some cut on it. It's like dope, man. You know, you may OD on it if you give it to them raw. You know what I'm saying? You know? So I know it's a crazy analysis, but I mean, it's true. It's like they can't digest that thing on the radio like that because there's just not enough of it to fit that format.
Exactly.
Hey, look, you said you don't touch that radio, right?
Don't touch that stereo.
hey, look, you know, I'm looking over your bio, man, and you toured with a lot of greats, man, like Stanley Clark and George. How was it with George Clinton and how was your experience with the Funk Mob?
Man, listen, George is one of our biggest fans, and we're one of his biggest fans. George is part of the reason, man, why I'm so funky. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I grew up on George Clinton, Graham Central Station, Ohio Players, Commodores, the Funky Commodores. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, groups like this. Now, I love all kinds of music. I listen to Led Zeppelin, Queen. I love all kinds of music, but you know what I'm saying? I grew up on that, you know, Cameo. Man, I grew up on that stuff, man, and Barcades. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a product of all those guys when you're talking funk. You know what I'm saying? But most of those guys that I just mentioned, I wind up performing with them. And God bless them, man. We shut them down.
Yeah.
We shut them down, man. I mean, I'm just giving it to you the way it happened. Like Cameo, we played with Cameo at the Capitol Center, and I heard Larry Blackman say backstage that y'all had home field advantage, and I told him, I said, man, it's gonna be the same thing wherever we play outside of DC. So we got him over there in Texas. You know what I'm saying? The same thing happened. We played with him again in the UK. The same thing happened.
Oh man,
War, SOS, Lakeside. We toured with all those guys. Zap.
Yeah.
We toured with all them guys.
Wow.
Let me tell you who shut us down.
Who?
I'm gonna tell you who shut us down. Them little boys, New Edition. Those little boys came through, man. We did a show. I never was in Norfolk Scope. I never forget this, man. It was a show. It was Trouble Funk, Stacy Latter's song. It was a lot of heavy hitters on there, and New Edition, and Trouble Funk was headlining. The little boys came on before us. So it was a family show. Like the older people came to see us, and the other acts that was on there, the major acts, and the kids, they brought their kids to see New Edition. Man, them kids came on that joint just before we did, and man, them little girls broke the barricade down and ran them off stage.
Oh wow!
Man, hey, Mark, when I tell you the energy level was so high, when we came on, it was like, what the hell just happened? And we knew right then and there that was the beginning of a new era. Yeah. We got a chance to see what it felt like. And they did it to us again here at home at the Capitol Center.
What?
Yes.
So, what was your greatest moment? What do you consider your greatest moment as an entertainer?
Oh, man. That's a hard one, man, because I got a few greatest moments, man, but I can tell you one of my recent greatest moments is when we performed with Dave Grohl at the Kennedy Center.
Oh yeah.
That was big, man. That was really big, but probably another one of my great. Well, I got to give you a few of them, man. But another one of my greatest moments, man, is when we first played at the Capitol Center. I felt like I made it. And my mom's got a chance to witness that, man. May she rest in peace. My mom's got a chance to witness that, man. When you play at the Capitol Center, man, I used to tell my friends when we were younger, much younger, teenagers, and we would sit out on the front porch talking about what we gonna do, you know what I'm saying, and what kind of car we gonna get, and I used to tell them, I said, one day I'm gonna play at the Capitol Center, and they would laugh at me, man. They laugh like a mug, man. And I realize now is that my reach for my dreams was much bigger than theirs, and that's why they felt like I couldn't do it, because they didn't feel like they could do something like that. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Yeah. So everything that I said I was going to do, I did it, because I've always been the type of person where if you say I can't do it or you dare me, that's my motivation. Yeah. That's my motivation right there, man. Yeah. So.
Well, before I give it back to Carl, you mentioned the Kennedy Center, and that's when what Oprah was hosting the.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that experience in the Kennedy Center.
Well, man, I'm glad you asked about that, man, because that story is deeper than a lot of people know. It's deeper. First of all, and I get a little choked up when I talk about this, man. Because
take your time, brother.
It's all good. It's all good, bro.
Yeah.
I just received my kidney. I was on dialysis for 13 years.
Wow.
And I got my kidney that year. And I still had tubes and drain bags taped to my leg. And Dave Grohl called me. Dave Grohl called me and said, "Hey man, how would you like to play at the Kennedy Center with me?" I was like, "Man, you kidding?" He's like, "No, I'm not kidding." And without even thinking, I said, "Yeah, hell yeah." You know? He had no idea I just got out of the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've never been nervous a day in my life on stage. Chuck and I talk about this all the time. I've never been nervous a day. Chuck used to tell me how sometimes he would throw up before he come on stage. He would get nervous before every show. I never experienced that until the Kennedy Center. And I tell you why, it had nothing to do with the Kennedy Center. It had nothing to do with the Kennedy Center. It had everything to do with the fact that I had 2 drain bags strapped to my legs with tubes coming out of my stomach down to that bag.
Wow.
And I didn't know if I was going to be able to hold up or not. I didn't know if I was going to be able to hold up or not, man. If you go back and you look at that clip, if you look closely at my arms, they look like boxing gloves. I still had fluid from the surgery in my hands. My whole body was bloated.
So that's why you wasn't moving a lot on stage?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
I noticed that. I kind of figured because you was like literally like kind of like standing still. You know?
Yeah, man. I was scared. I was scared that I was going to fall. I was very weak. I was very, very weak. I just wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But I knew this was an opportunity. It was a lifetime opportunity that I knew I would never get again if I didn't try to pull it off. And by the grace of God, man, I was able to pull it off. By the grace of God, I was able to pull it off. Man, that was a star-studded moment, man. Everybody that was somebody was there. Neo, Oprah Winfrey, Patti LaBelle, what's his name? The gospel guy, Donnie McClurkin, Carmen, Will Smith, man, everybody was somebody else. What's the guy? Forrest Gump, he was there.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. So I sit right next to Gladys Knight. I sat right there next to her. She was like she sat right next to me on the aisle, in the front of the aisle, man. So everybody was like there, man. And I got a chance to, the Tuskegee Airmen, the ones that was left. So it was a very historical moment that I was a part of, and nobody can take that away, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was open. You know, this guy after the show, he reached out to me, to shake my hand. And he said, man, great job. And I turned around and asked James, I said, man, who the hell was that? He said, man, that's Oprah old man Stutman. I was like, oh, if I would have known that, I would try to get him to get us on the show. But yeah, man. What's his name? The comedian, man. He was like, you know, I was going to the bathroom. He was coming out. He said, man, y'all throw that joint up, man. What's his name? He's from here. Dave Chappelle.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle, man. What's his name? What's the actor name? The black guy. Talk about the snakes on the plane.
Oh yeah, Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson, yeah. We had took a pic together, man. He's a pretty cool dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a very star-studded moment, man. And again, that's another thing that they try to downplay, man. Now that was for the opening. That was for the opening of the National African Museum.
Okay.
That's what that show was all about.
Wow. That's
that right there alone, man, is that, like I said, that's just a historical moment, man. That I couldn't turn it down.
You know, that says a lot about you.
Yeah, and I wound up going back in the hospital shortly after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. What you got for me?
So I want to piggyback on that story because there's something I shared this with Tony. Every year, well, not every year, every so often, God would allow me to write down names at the end of the year, and the first 31 days I would kind of go into like a prayer and fasting type of thing and pray over folks, and it would just be random names that God would just drop in my spirit, you know. And sure enough, that year, the beginning of that year that Tony got his kidney, I had put Tony down on my prayer list, and I would pray over that list, like, you know, like I said, the month of January. After that, it would just be more of a thing of just, you know, waiting to see or maybe hear about testimonies or just seeing something that God has maybe done in those folks' lives, okay? And it wasn't always friends or necessarily close family, but just folks that God would just drop my spirit, you know, people I may have worked with on stage. But what happened was when Tony went through what he went through about his kidney, I shared that story with him after the fact. And I was like, Tony, I just thank God for it. That's why I said when he gets emotional, I get emotional about that, because we never know how God is going to use us. And we can't ignore when he puts people in our spirit or puts people in our hearts. So that's what Tony knows. Now, we talk like every holiday, but Tony knows. I'll call Tony on random just to say, bro, you good? And he does the same thing with me. You know what I mean? Because, you know, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about family. But, you know, picking back with that, Tony, I want to ask you the question: how did the relationship with the Foo Fighters and David Grohl, how did that come about?
Okay, so we got to go back to the 80s on this one. Dave Grohl, he used to play with this band, this punk rock band called Scream. And they used to open up for us at the 930 Club, the original 930 Club. Now, I don't know how much y'all know about the original 930 Club, but it was very small. But it had like a really big following. And Dave Grohl, I didn't actually knew him. He knew more of me than I knew of him. So fast forward, I had some people reached out to me, and at the time I was still on dialysis. I think this was somewhere around 2010, something like that. It was somewhere. It was a while back. Maybe 2000. It might have. I don't know. It might have been 2012. I don't know. But it was a while back. And I had some people reach out to me and said, the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters, is doing he's doing a documentary, and he wants to interview you. And I didn't know who the Foo Fighters was. I didn't know who Dave Grohl was. So I told him, I said, I said, my time is valuable. So I said, you tell him that if he wants to interview me, then it's going to cost him. So they said, well, all due respect, sir, this person, they start naming all these big people that was doing it for free. I said, yeah, well, they don't need the money. I do. I say, everybody you name is already rich. They don't need the money. So keep in mind, I didn't know who he was. So they said, okay, well, we'll get back with you. We'll let Mr. Grohl know, and we'll get back with you. And I gave him my price. I said, look, tell him I'll do it for $2,500. So they said, okay, we'll get back with you. So meanwhile, you know my partner, Denver Wright, Wiz, right? You met my partner, yeah. So I called my partner, Wiz, who's in North Carolina now. And I say, man, they called me, man, and said something about somebody. Did you ever heard of this guy, man? He's like, man, you don't know who that is? And then he started sending me some stuff. He started sending me YouTube videos. And this guy's playing, right? And he's playing in these arenas, man, where it's like 40,000 people or more. And I was like, oh, wow. He said, man, you got to do that interview. So I called him back. I say, tell Mr. Grohl, I'll be happy to do the interview for nothing. So he's like, no. So the lady said, no, Mr. Grohl said he would gladly pay you. And you know what I'm saying? And so we set everything up, and he called me. And then he started telling me these stories about how we inspired him to do what he do.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, man, you are my hero and this, that, and the other. I wanted to say, like, man, won't you give your hero 1% of that, crazy money you get? So at the time, I had like a little store over here in Clinton. It's a little place called the Market. You probably know where that is, Big C. Like a little marketplace. And I had like a little store in there where I just sold nothing but merchandise, Trouble Funk, T-shirts, CDs, stuff like that. Didn't make a whole lot of money. But long story short, Dave Grohl had came over there with this whole camera crew to do the interview. But my store was too small. So there was a carry-out / restaurant next door, and I knew the guy. As a matter of fact, Lil Mike used to play with JYB on that joint at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I went over there and I talked to Mike. I was like, Mike, we're doing this interview, man. My place ain't big enough, and my man, he's gonna play you to shut this joint down for a couple of hours. Yeah, he got that kind of money, right? He paid Mike to shut the store down for a few hours.
Wow.
Then him and his crew bought a whole bunch of barbecue, Then they came over next door and bought damn near all my T-shirts and some CDs. So we did that part of the interview. Then they came back again to pick me up at my house, and he wanted to ride around so I could show him some of the places, the landmark places we used to play. So I took him to the Club LeBaron, where the Club LeBaron used to be. Took him to the Howard Theater and a few other landmarks, and I took him over there where I used to live at growing up in the projects, the Southeast, and we was just chopping it up, man. And I somehow I mentioned that I had my birthday coming up. And I say, man, you know what would be really cool? You know, if I can get you to host my birthday. Wow. And he said, we'll see about that. We may be able to work that out. I ain't think nothing. I thought maybe he was just trying to play it off because we was recording, right? I got a call from Seth. You know, Seth is a personal friend of mine. The guy that owned the 930 Club and the Anthem and all that other stuff, you know. I got a call from Seth, and he said, man, Dave Grohl wants to perform for your party. And he wants to pay you a whole lot of money. I'm going to leave it at that. He wants to pay you, I put it to you, one of the biggest paydays I had since I was on dialysis. Now, keep in mind, I was still on dialysis at the time. You know, so, and I was performing. So, you know, man, that had to be by the grace of God, because that's one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life is sit on that machine for 4.5 hours, 3 days a week. For 13 years. You know? So anyway, I said, he said that he wanted me to close. I said, no, there ain't no way I'm closing. There's no way. I said, I'm not closing. So I said, nah, if we're going to do this, he got to close. Man, you asked me earlier, Ahmad, what was like one of the biggest highlights. I think that would probably have to be it right there.
Wow.
That would have to be it, man. That show sold out. My birthday was on a Monday. The show went on sale that week before. The show went on sale that week before and sold out one day.
Wow, man.
One day on a Monday. On a Monday. So this guy pulled up with 2 tractor trailers, a mobile bus with all kinds of like studio stuff in it and cameras and I mean, man, big production. He couldn't have made no money. He did that for me for my birthday.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he never announced that he was performing. He was supposed to be hosting the show, and they just put in a special surprise guest, and the people just automatically knew that he was gonna be there. He created a band. Dave Grohl played 3 times that night. He played drums. They put most of the members together that was still living from Scream, and they did and they called it the Don't Need It. I don't know what that was all about. They called the band the Don't Need It. You know, I still got that flyer. I mean that poster. As a matter of fact, I sold one for $250.
Is that right?
Yeah. So long story short, man, I thought that was a big deal. Yeah. Then he came right back at me after we did Sonic Highways. That was the documentary, Sonic Highways.
Okay.
Foo Fighters, Sonic Highways. That was on HBO. Was it HBO or Showtime?
No, I think it was HBO, Tony.
It was HBO, yeah, HBO. And then he came back at me and put me on the show at the RFK Stadium for get this, 4th of July. 4th of July. We co-headlined that. We had everybody on that show, man. It had to be at least 10 acts on that show.
Wow.
And Trouble Funk co-headline. You had LL Cool J, Trombone Shorty, Buddy Guy,
Joan Jett.
oh man, yeah, it was just so many heavy hitters on that joint. And out of everybody, he chose Trouble Funk to co-headline. We played just before they came on.
Wow. Wow.
Then he turned right back around a couple of years later and had us perform at the Cow Fest with him in California.
Wow. Yeah.
Now that's love, man.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah.
And they've done the anthem together too.
We did the grand opening of the anthem.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And listen,
Yeah,
also that 4th of July show, Ahmed, they started promoting that January of that year. They put that flyer out January of that year. And they had RFK Stadium rocking. I didn't go to the show, but I mean, it was just the videos. It was just crazy, man. It was,
I ain't gonna say I never saw that many people in my life, because I have, but I never saw that. I never performed for that many people here at home.
Wow. Wow.
It was crazy, man. Cause when you had the bleachers filled, all up in the stands was filled, then the floor was filled up too.
Man, you know, Big T, I'm disappointed, man. Man, I took you guys to Fort Eustis, Virginia when I first joined the Army with me down there and turned them on to Trouble Funk. But I don't know what's happening with you guys, man. I need to know what's going on, bro. I need to be.
Man, listen. After 45 plus years, man, it's a blessing, man. It is truly a blessing to say that we're still doing this thing at a high level, man. You know what I'm saying? We're still doing this thing, man.
yes.
I mean, we're still just as relevant now as we was back then, man. So,
yeah,
we got some stuff coming. We're doing the Annapolis Day on the 25th of this month. Okay, I believe that's in your neck of the woods, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing Annapolis Day, man. And then we're doing Virginia Beach the week after that. We're doing the Virginia Beach Funk Festival. We're performing, for those of y'all that may be coming, we're performing on Saturday with Cameo. And 803 or 803 Fresh, or did I get that right? Or 308, whatever. But yeah, the boots on the ground guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going in September. We're going to Indianapolis, and we're performing with Mars Day and the Time, Lakeside, SOS, and I think Zap.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're still getting it in, baby.
Yeah. So am I correct? I'm looking at your paperwork here, man. You getting ready to celebrate 50 years in the music industry?
Yes, absolutely, man. As a matter of fact, we're working on something real big for that to do at the 930 Club. So yeah, I keep everybody posted on that. It's not, I don't want to talk about it too much because it's not finalized yet, but we're working on a lot of stuff, man. We're back in the studio working on some stuff. As a matter of fact, we got a reunion coming up soon.
Okay.
So Big C is going to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that ever played with Trouble Funk for at least 5 years or more is going to be a part of that if they're still around. They're going to be invited to be a part of it.
Well, let me ask you a question, Big T. I
Yes,
consider
sir.
myself pretty talented. Well, why can I perform with you guys on stage? Huh?
Well, Ahmad, you're going to have to audition on that one. Yeah, you got to audition, man.
My man. Well, no,
Ahmad, what do you do? What do you do?
hey, I can play the kalimba.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I used to love the kalimba back in the day, man.
Come on now.
You couldn't tell me I couldn't play that joint, man. I go down there at Anacostia Park, make all the noise I want to, man. Put on my little dashiki and play some Earth, Wind and Fire, man. You couldn't tell me I didn't know my thing, boy. I think we all probably got a story with that kalimba, man, back in the day.
Come on now, come on. Yeah. Hey, well, this is what we're gonna do, Big T. If C got something he want to ask you, he can ask you. And before we close, we're gonna allow you to close us out with something encouraging to say. You know, we have a go-go band in Annapolis called Pocket 3. So
they're on the show with us.
So whatever you have that's encouraging to the young guys coming up, you can say it. And then I'm also going to ask you a few questions like, is it Washington Commanders or is it Dallas Cowboys? Which one?
It's the Redskins.
Come on.
For me.
Come on.
It's the Redskins. Redskins for life, man. I mean, you know, I don't recognize the Commanders. It's Redskins for me.
Gotcha.
You know,
I'm with you.
My keychain, my keychain, and so I get really emotional when you start talking about the Redskins versus Commanders. Yeah. Look, my keychain still says Redskins. My jacket, my little windbreaker still says Redskins. So it's Redskins for life with me, baby.
Come on.
I would never buy a Commander's t-shirt, a Commander's hat, none of that.
All right, bro. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, the Dallas, nah, ain't no Dallas here, man. You know? As a matter of fact, if you're a Dallas fan, man, we had to cut this right now, man. We got to finish this conversation, you know what I'm saying, off air, because I ain't talking with no Dallas fans, man.
You don't have to worry about it because I'm far from that, Doctor.
Nah, man. I think Dallas and Redskins, man, that's my Super Bowl right there.
My man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my Super Bowl right there. I don't care nothing about none of the rest of the games. It's like, if we win that, that's my Super Bowl right there.
Hey, look, before I allow C-Man to say something, my cousin woke up, man. He look old school. That's what I'm talking about. My cousin Reno, old school. Yeah, you right, cuz. Old school. Redskin. What you got for him?
Yes, sir.
Well, I just wanted to let people know, the Naptown folks know that, you know, Naptown has been associated and part of the Trouble Funk family since 2007. And I got catalogs with Trouble Funk, with Essence, but I'm very fond of the time that with Trouble Funk, because Trouble Funk was what got me back into the go-go scene. And it was through a brother named Mike Hughes, who's RIP to Mike Hughes. Mike was very close, connected me with Tony. And from that day forth, man, it's been history. So, you know, I just want to say publicly, thank you, Tony, for allowing me to be a part, you know, of this family all these years, man. And I'm looking forward to the reunion as well. And look, guys, don't get it twisted. We still got some stuff cooking. Tony and I.
Oh, absolutely.
Tony and I always got something cooking, man. So you know, that's the one thing about this. You know, once you in and you write, then you never know where you might see us. You know what I mean? So.
Yes, sir. We working on some new material right now as we speak, and I gotta get Big C up in there, man, to add some of that magic flavor, that Big C flavor up in there. You know.
Yes,
well, what about me now? I gotta be a part. Come on now.
Yeah, man, look, you know, hey, Ahmad, I think, man, you're gonna be a great what do you call it, Big C? The MC to bring us on.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing TROUBLE Trouble Funk. Then I'm gonna have the sound man put that echo on you, man, psych you up. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
Oh, we're going to get you right, man. We're going to get you right now.
that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Regina, you all right. This is classic go-go. You know, this is, and I'm going to stir the pot. You know, this group right here, you know, may Chuck rest in peace. You know, nothing against him. But to me, this is the leading go-go band in history. You know, EU, one song.
Thank you, man.
Doing a butt. What else they do, man? I don't know. Anybody else? Red Essence? That's right. I'm stirring the pot. This is it right here. Trouble Funk. You know?
Well, man, let me say this right here, man, just to piggyback off this. And I'm not, you know, I'm the last person to toot my own horn, but you know what I'm saying? You got to recognize, you know what I'm saying? They got to recognize.
Come on.
Right now to this day, Trouble Funk has the biggest and the most original catalog out of all the groups, period, hands down.
Yeah.
We have the most original and the biggest catalog right now to this day. And we still dropping, so they'll never catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
And all why Chuck Brown is the godfather, man. And I love him so much, man. That Chuck was my best friend and my musical mentor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I love him so much, man. But the respect that we have for each other was so mutual. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I said, I did his last show with him. He called me up and he's like, man, I'm not feeling all that well, man. I need you to come through and help me out. And I say, man, I'm there. You know?
Yeah.
I did his last gig with him, man. He called me. He could have called anybody, but he called me. You know? Yeah. Mm. So that's how much that brother meant to me, man. He's like, you know, we shared a lot of personal moments, man. Probably more than people would ever know. And you know, his kids, man, his sons, man, very respectable gentlemen, man. They call me Unc right now to this day because they know how close me and Chuck Brown were. You know what I'm saying? Little Wally doing a great job, man. Trying to hold it down, man. He's doing an excellent job, man. And he's a fine young man. And you know, he said it with me for my birthday, man. 2 years in a row, as a matter of fact. You know,
like his dad too, Tony.
Sounds just like his dad, man. Man, listen, when he hit that hoochie coochie, man.
Yeah.
I be forgetting that it's him, and I'm thinking his dad is over that joint, man. He sounds just like his dad, man.
I was shocked when I heard the video from y'all birthday, from the birthday show. I was like,
yeah,
dude, this is crazy. I was like, wow. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, he's doing a phenomenal job, man, of holding it down, man. Yes.
Well, Big T, I'm gonna make this announcement real quick, and then I'm gonna let you close us out with something encouragement to any aspiring young entertainer out there that would love to get in the business. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I want everybody to know that August 8th through the 15th, 2027, the Legends will be taking a cruise. We're going to cruise out of Baltimore. We're going to go to Bermuda. We're going to hang out in Bermuda for 2 nights and 3 days, then come back to Baltimore. So we're leaving out of Baltimore. We're going to leave out of Baltimore. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. Also, you know, donate to the show. Donate to the show. You know, we now have over 800,000 followers. My goal is to reach 1 million before we go on the cruise, because we're going to have a time on that cruise. We're going to have a time. That's Big right. T.
Yes, sir.
Close us out, brother.
Well, a message to the younger generation. And not just go-go. Wherever, if you decide you want to be a musician, my advice to you is to be original. Yes, of course, you start off how you start off, but don't be afraid to step outside of the box. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to step outside of that box and learn the business. If you're going to do this, learn the business. It'll get you a long ways in the future. You know what I'm saying? That's basically it. That's all. Believe in what you do. Just believe in what you do.
What else can be said? You know, a big P. Thank you for coming on and having you.
Yes.
Hopefully, we can get you back in the future. You know.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, make it happen, man. It's been fun. This is fun, man.
$500.
I tell you, man. But
$500.
Well, look, we'll talk about how much I got to get paid after the show. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, this was fun, man. I really appreciate it, man. Big C, thanks for hooking us up, man. I really enjoyed this one. A lot of interviews. I do a lot of interviews, man, and some of them is okay, and some of them are really, really great. This is one of the ones that I can honestly say it was a great interview, man. I had fun, and you know, when you're doing something and you're having fun at it, it's gonna always turn out okay.
Yes, I appreciate that. And on that note, we see you next week. Well, let me slow down. I have a show.
You won't see me next week. You may see.
Hey, but,
I'm a jokester, man. I'm a jokester. Don't pay me no mind.
I do have other shows. We got a sports talk show on Friday. Come out, see that. We got a We Are Better Together show on Sunday. Come see that. We'll be back on Wednesday. And don't forget my Monday night show, The Point of Truth. Thanks for everybody for coming out. We'll see you at our future shows. Peace.
Peace.